Real quick, guys, I went live on a 3POA podcast. Go check that out. The link for that video will be at the end of this video. But it was entertaining. It was fun. We broke records. I couldn't even keep up with the chat during a live because there was so much going on, and it was just so entertaining. But I appreciate everybody that did hit me up in the chat and did hit me up in my DMs afterwards or just to reach out. I appreciate you guys. What is going on, guys? Articulated Ninja here, and I missed out on the HasLab His Tank, not because it didn't look nice, not because I don't like classified. I really do, but it was just mainly because of the price. I just couldn't pull the trigger and do as Retro says, continue to feed the beast. So I didn't. So I'm missing out on that. But I was thinking to myself, if it would have been a more reasonable army building price, how many would I have gotten? And for the people that did get one, maybe could only afford one or two at a time, or what could they army build with it? Now, you guys know I have some other vehicle videos up, but I found this little baby and this video is just trying to get this to be a 6-inch scale type of vehicle. And you guys can see right here from the front it looks kind of small, but then if I just turn it to the side, this thing has potential. Look at how long this thing is. So this thing is pretty big. It has potential, but this is not out of the box ready at all. And that's what people want. They don't want to spend 10, 15, 20 hours making a vehicle from scratch. People have lives, they have jobs, they have things they do. They're not as passionate about it, but they would want that final result. So that's what I do in my videos. I just try to give simple, quick customs, quick kit bashing, and simple options. And you guys know I keep it simple. I use one Dremel, I find some accessories from other lines or other figures, and then I use some crazy glue. I am not a professional. This is just what works for me, and I just like to bring you guys whatever I find, just so you have options. We need options, especially when it comes to vehicles. But this thing got potential, and you can really see the potential from the side, but right out of the box it is not ready. But with some minimal work, I do think this will be a nice 6-inch scale little mini personal tank. You know what I'm saying? This would look nice, whether you want to call it a ripsaw, whatever you want to call it, but it would look nice next to that HasLab His Tank as just more supporting Cobra forces, or just supporting vehicles to that bigger tank in the middle that Cobra Commander could be in, and then supporting officers could be around him in the smaller tanks, or any vehicles for that matter. So I'm into military figures and military vehicles. I like classified, and I like Valaverse Action Force, and I know that this baby right here can be simply modified to look nice with both of those lines. So you know I gotta try. Articulated Ninja Original Plastic Upgrade No Jutsu.
They used to laugh at me. Used to show them on my record something casually. Used to say it was a passion, I'm a path to be. Then they told me that I couldn't, so I had to be. Tell me what they really think about it now. Used to hate it, but I guarantee they're proud. Had to do it just to show them that I could, yeah. Now I finally think I took it where I should, yeah.
Very simple build. Once I figured out exactly what I wanted to do, I spent more time staring at it and pretending to put pieces on. But once I knew what I wanted to do, it probably took me 20 minutes, honestly. So it's super simple. And if you do paint in black, you could paint in Tiger Force colors. You could paint in whatever colors you want. But I'm okay with it being blue. And the blue for me matches good enough for the troopers, and it matches good enough for Action Force figures. So I'm happy with it being blue. Yeah, just a super simple build. Starting out with just cutting out the chair. Then after I cut out the chair, I removed the gun on the top part. And the beautiful thing about it is, once you remove that big cannon from the top, you can slide a figure in. No work necessary at all. You can just slide a figure right in, and then after that, put in a little square at the top to fit the head of the figure. Otherwise it's just gonna lay down. And it took me a little bit to figure out exactly what gun I wanted to put at the top. You can use the Final Faction gun that came in the same pack that I'm using for this, or you can find some other random big gun and either glue it at the top or just put a hole in it to peg it in. First I was using the McFarlane mech gun because I liked how big it was, and then I found this little silver cannon. I don't know what it's from, but I have just bins of accessories. So I found it in there and I thought it was good for this. I crazy glued those Final Faction pieces to the back and on the sides. This way the shooter or the gunner at the top has some protection and armor. This is just a creative way to fill in the blanks until we do get some affordable vehicles from the classified line, or we get a vehicle from Action Force. It's just little things like this that help us fill in the ranks, the blanks, and, you know, shelf space for our military figures for the time being. Not hating once again on anybody that decided to pull the trigger on the HISS tank. It was beautiful. It was a really nice tank. I just couldn't do it in good conscience with that price point, knowing that I wanted to army build. And, you know, I found this on eBay for like 30 bucks, and I was able to change it into this. And when I first thought I was done, or when I first finished it, I had the figure basically laying down, showed it to one of my close friends, and they was like, they're not a fan of the figure laying down, or they're not a fan that it doesn't look like there's a lot of space in the cockpit. So that's when I dremeled out that little square at the top. This way the figure can actually sit up. And I definitely appreciate them being honest with me about it, because it made me try to make it a little bit better. Yeah, I know I love vehicles. Speaking of me loving vehicles, let's show it next to my other little baby HISS tank that I got, or Ripsaw, whatever you want to call it. Let's show it next to that. And I like the size of this a lot overall, man. I do like it a lot. And you can see I have a whole video on this black one, so don't even ask, go watch the video. I will have, at the end of this video, will be an entire playlist for all of my vehicles that I've ever kit bashed or done on my channel or whatever. And here it is next to another vehicle that I made a video for that will be in that playlist. And then here it is next to a Marvel Legends, I believe it's the Punisher bike, and we have Kill Switch on it from Valaverse Action Force. And overall, I just like the size of this thing a lot. It's not the biggest, not the smallest, but it's definitely good enough for me. And as far as height is concerned, it definitely gets up there. So I like it. I'm good with it. Damn, I'm going back editing. I'm like, damn, I thought I said the name and I didn't. Here is the box. I'm sorry, guys. This is the box. This is what HISS tank it was. This is the one that I found on eBay. So if you could find it at a good price, I would say don't pay more than 50 for it. I did not pay more than 50 for either of these. I found them around 30 bucks a piece. Maybe $10 shipping and handling. So they do have one on Amazon, I believe, but that price is a little steep. And it's funny because one of them I got, this one to the box that you see right here, was sealed, brand new packaging, instructions, everything. And I opened it. This thing's been sealed for how many years? And I opened it and started drilling holes in it and ripping it apart and doing what I do. But hey, guys, you live once. You only live once. Make it what you want it to be and just have fun with it. And like I said, I know that this is not for everyone, but I'm into just simple, quick kit bashing. And there's other guys and other people on YouTube that make vehicles from scratch and heavily modify vehicles that look 10 times more amazing than this. But the thing is, a lot of those guys, it takes hours, 10, 20 plus hours to do one vehicle. And the average person doesn't want to do that. The same way the average person wants to buy an action figure and not have to build it for 20 hours. So the average person wants out of the box ready, or as close to it as possible. So that's what I try to advertise. I try to show stuff on my channel and vehicles on my channel that's basically ready for combat. They, you know, out of the box ready. That's what matters. I love watching videos and seeing some of these custom vehicles 3D printed, or, you know, just made from scratch with these custom figures, and I watch it and I can't help but feel like, wow, that thing looks amazing. 30 plus hours, I know I will never have it. So I'm like, okay, I don't want people to feel like that when they watch my stuff. I want them to feel like it's all obtainable, because it actually is. No shade to any of those guys. I love a lot of their work. I love it's beautiful, but I just want people to enjoy their collections and be able to get stuff without having to pay some crazy price or dedicate a bunch of time to get to that end result. But guys, I hope everybody's having a good day. This was just a quick vehicle video. Like I said in the beginning, check me out. I went live with the 3POA. That live was pretty entertaining, to say the least. You guys got to check it to see what I mean. But stay tuned, and I hope this video helped somebody, or you guys found it entertaining. And like I always say, life is short. Try to appreciate it more than you complain about it. Peace.
G.I. Joe, classified, Marvel Legends on my mind, Valaverse in NECA time, Mythic Legions I must find, SH Figure Arts I can't lie, Rebel Tech got my pockets dry, Set Action Figures for life, Articulated Ninja is nice, yeah, you might wanna subscribe, Action